Hello, my name is Edwin Garcia, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be doing a tips and tricks video for those of you who are taking the Wwise 101 course by Audiokinetic. Let's get into it. So while I enjoy the Wwise 101 course very much, and I reviewed it on this channel last time, I think that I didn't have enough time to go into depth about what to do to make the course a little bit easier. Tips and tricks that would help make the progress you have to make a little bit better for you. Because even though I really do like the course, and you can watch that video where I recommend it, I think that it can still be a very tough course. It's a lot of advanced material, especially for someone who is new to it. So here, I thought I could make another video talking about the tips and tricks I have for someone who's taking the course to set them up for success in the course. So I have 5 key things, key takeaways, key tips and tricks, if you will, that I think would be very helpful for everyone. So the first tip is to take your time. Now this is true for a lot of things, of course, but it's especially true when you're learning a new computer program. The smallest error can make everything look broken, so it's important to take your time and be cautious as you progress through the material. So be patient, take your time, don't assume something is common sense or you already know it. Just take your time, read every single thing, make sure you are not progressing too fast, trying to cut corners because it feels like knowledge that you already have. Take your time, you never know when you might miss just that one button, that one enabling section. You just want to make sure you're going very slow and carefully through everything so you don't miss anything and don't make a small mistake that turns into a bigger one. My second tip is to take notes. Now again, just like the first tip, which was to take your time, taking notes is kind of obvious. It's something that hopefully you learned in high school, maybe even better in college and beyond that. And it's just very important in this course especially, because even if you just want to breeze through the course and you think you can just read everything and follow the instructions and that's enough, keep in mind you need to score a 90% on the quizzes to pass, and the certification, I believe, is at the same level of difficulty and has even more questions. So if you really want to be proficient, if you really want to know Wwise and really understand the course, you're going to have to really master all of the content that is being given to you. And to do that, I really think if you don't write things down, if you don't keep track of what you're doing, it's virtually impossible to do that. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure you're taking notes, making sure that you're documenting the things that are important and that you think will be important for you to remember. So I think the course did a great job of pretty much condensing everything down, but things can always get condensed a little bit more. And also there might be something that you need to write down and some things that you don't need to write down. And by you having that all organized in a spiral or in loose leaf paper in a folder, that's going to really set you up for success in the future and throughout the course as well, because all the information is kind of building on each other. So it's really important to have your own notes so you feel like, okay, I understand it. I've taken all the content and I've also written down the most important things and have that at my disposal in my handwriting. I wrote them down. I also think writing things down for me, reading it and seeing it, once I write it down, it kind of just cements in my head a little bit more. It gets a little deeper and it's a little harder for me to forget it, because many times I feel like I understood everything and then 2 or 3 days pass and I'm like, wait, what was the last thing I was doing? What is that again? And you want that to be more avoidable, and the way you can avoid that is by reciting it, by reading it, rereading it, writing it down. That really sets you up so that way the information actually stays in your head and isn't just in there for a couple days and out a couple days after. Now this process will definitely slow you down, rewriting the material that I'm seeing. So I have my own personal notes, definitely, maybe doubled my time or 0.5x my time. But I really think that, again, the point is not to quickly go through the course. The point is to master and understand and comprehend everything in the course. So a little bit more time, but then you really know it and you don't have to review it again. I think that's valuable, and I think you should be thinking about the long-term impact you want this course to have, not the short-term positive impact you get by quickly finishing it. Number 3, watch every video. So the course has videos sprinkled throughout. There's usually one at the end and sometimes a couple in the middle, and I really think you should watch every video. The videos are actually just rehashing the information you just got and showing it in video form, but I think that's extremely valuable. It's extremely important for you to see it and make sure, oh yes, I did all of this exactly the way they said it. Some people are more visual learners and they are, just reading words off of a website, and if that's you, even more reason why you should watch the video. So even if you think you got it and you know you did everything right and you're 100% positive, I say just watch the videos. They add extra context. They are a step-by-step instruction and, you know, execution of the ideas. So it can't hurt, and they're usually not that long. 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 3 minutes. They're pretty short. It's definitely worth it. Just watch the video. Make sure you did everything right and everything looks the same as it did for you. And it's always good to double check. So reinforce the information by watching all the related videos. Okay, number 4, stay focused. It's being locked in just in general in life is so important. So make sure you keep your eyes on the prize and you stay 100% focused when you are doing this course. So when you're watching the videos, even if it's just rehashing material, make sure you're not on your phone, you're not, you know, have a little window open and you're looking at Twitter and Facebook, or you're constantly text messaging someone else about plans later. Stay in the moment. Be in the program. Be in Wwise, reading the material, watching the videos, prepping for your quiz. Make sure you're staying locked in and completely engaged and concentrated so you can get all the information and your mind's not focused on anything else. This is also, again, a good life skill, but in this course especially as a new person to Wwise or middleware or what have you, you want to make sure that it has your full attention and you're in control of that. So make sure you're fully focused and stay focused. Tip number 5, ask for help. We all know it takes a village, and we all have our pride and think we can just figure it out ourselves, or I already got the course, what else do I need? But feel free, feel welcome to reach out. I'm part of many communities, as I'm sure you are, and I can say the game audio community is one of the most welcoming, one of the most understanding, one of the most helpful communities I've ever been a part of. It might even be the best community I've ever been a part of. I've been part of some good ones, so maybe not, but it's extremely close if it isn't number one. And that's because people are willing to help you. So I say, if you're really stuck, if you made a mistake and you've looked through your notes, you looked through the course, you looked through the previous pages, and you just can't understand what went wrong, feel free to reach out to people. There are people out there that can help. I'm one of them. You can always just comment on my YouTube channel. You can also tweet at me at ECreatesAudio, and I'll be happy to help if it's something that I can help you with or point you in the direction of the people that can help you. Also, Google is your friend. It's all of our friends. If you're very specific about the exact thing that's happening, try to condense it in a sentence, and you put it in the Google search, very likely you're going to get someone who's had that scenario, who knows the problem, who's solved it themselves, and that can save you a lot of time and energy. So feel free to use Google. I implore you to use it if you've really, double checked all your work and you just don't know what you did wrong. A Google search can do wonders. Also, Audio Kinetic has forum pages where people are doing Q&As and troubleshooting, and there's a lot of questions about, issues people have had with Wwise, and your concern might actually have already been addressed and solved and is in there in a forum. So I've used the forums before. They've helped me. I've reached out to people and they have helped me. I've done Google searches and that has helped me. So I've pretty much used all these scenarios when I was super stuck, like it's been like 20 minutes and I'm stuck, and I've always been able to kind of work my way through it. For me personally, when it comes to social media, I don't like to reach out unless I've exhausted all my options. That's just me. I think that social media etiquette, in my opinion, is you really shouldn't reach out for that kind of help unless you've already done the other work, because the other work's already out there. The forums are up there, Reddit's already up there, the Google searches. I'm not really bothering anyone. If I'm tweeting at people, then if they do respond, they're having to kind of lend me a hand. I want to make sure I really need that hand before I ask for it. So I say use resources for help and ask for help kind of as a last result. You've really tested everything else. Also, it makes it better, so that way when I do ask someone, they're not just going to send me to links of places. I've already been there and I can kind of be more specific about my problem, because I might not know the solution, but I really know what's wrong and what doesn't work if I've went through all that. So I think that's just a good tip. I've only actually reached out to people on like Twitter once or twice throughout the Wwise 101 course. Every other time I've had an issue, I kind of figured it out myself. I use resources that are already available. So I really don't think anyone could say I wasn't bothered the 1 or 2 times that I reached out. And the 1 or 2 times I did, people were able to help me. So that was fantastic. And I think that's, again, the community is great and they're very helpful for that. So feel free to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness or a sign that you're not as intelligent as you think you are. It just means you need help and there are people out there who can help you. So that's it for today's video. I hope I was able to help you with my tips and tricks when it comes to studying and excelling in the Wwise 101 course. If you've enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel. My goal is to get to 100 subs before the year 2020 is over, because I would like my own personalized URL. Right now it's just a bunch of letters and numbers and symbols, and I would like it to be my name. So if you could do me that favor, if this video was helpful for you, I would sincerely appreciate it, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.